Hi, it's Bill Fiore, your real estate partner with William Ravis Real Estate. And today we're talking about a subject that I've had a lot of questions about in the last couple of weeks, and that's staging, home staging, and is it worthwhile? Just a little bit of background. 49% of the agents have been polled have said the homes sell faster and at a higher price, and that higher price is between 1 and 10% higher. So on a $500,000 house, we're talking $50,000 if they're staged. So today I thought it'd be a good idea to talk a little bit about staging, introduce to you one of my good friends, Gina Coletti of Power Pop Staging, and have her take a deep dive with us. So Gina, could you introduce yourself and tell the people a little bit about what you do and how you got started?
Well, thanks, Bill, for giving me this chance to introduce what I do and what I've been doing since 2011 when I started Power Pop Staging. I had done a little work in New York, moved to Western Mass with my family, and started staging houses by giving reports to realtors to give to people to tell them what they needed to do to get their house ready for staging. I've expanded that into having my own furniture, having my own linens, and having my own rugs. So it's really a full service process. You can have your house with a consultation, you can have furniture moved into your house, or you can just add what I like to call lamps, linens, and rugs.
Mm-hmm. Well, I've worked with you on a number of houses over the years, and what I've always enjoyed having you do is come in and do that consultation, because now I'm not the bad guy anymore. You go in with that beautiful demeanor that you have, and you tell the people really the things they need to do to make their house shine, appeal to more people, and get it out in front of the general market and very well received. Up until that point, I was always a bad guy. So thank you for what you do.
I am so glad to take the heat for you. But I actually feel like it's not that bad, because I try to understand that this is a stressful time. Anytime somebody's moving, it's a stressful time. What I'm trying to do is save them time and to make sure that they're attacking the right projects in the right order. We don't want people going in and digging through their basement right away, Bill, do we?
No.
We want them getting their house ready for pictures first, and then getting their house ready for an open house. So there's a procedure, a plan they need to follow in order to be successful. And so that's really all we're doing. We're just trying to help people be successful in selling their house for top dollar.
Well, at the outset, I mentioned that I've had a few people come up to me lately and talk to me about staging. And one of the things that they express as a concern is, well, actually two things. One, is it expensive? And two, do I have to stage my whole house? So could you maybe address those two issues?
People really, they do tend to think that staging is expensive, because when they're looking in magazines or things about New York or Los Angeles, for those types of houses, that may be the case, but it's really not. When you're having your house staged, it's very reasonably priced. First of all, you're not staging every room. You're staging the main rooms in your house and maybe one bedroom. And it's really, if you put it up against what you're going to make on the other side, it is a small investment that gives a big payback.
Well, speaking about the different stages and the plan and everything else, could you go into the different levels of staging that you offer?
So with Power Pop Staging, we came up with a 3-part plan. One is a consultation, which is a flat fee where I come in and you and I work together on this, where I give them, maybe a 4-page plan of what they need to do to get their house ready. And they can do as much or as little as they want. It's their house, it's up to them. But I'm just trying to give you advice on to show your house at the best level. The second tier is what I call lamps, linens, and rugs, which we've worked together with as well. And that is where maybe you're downsizing and maybe you've gotten rid of a lot of things in your house. And so you don't want to buy rugs and lamps to stage your house with. In fact, you don't want to do any of that until much later. And so you're paring down. So I like to come in with my rugs, my lamps, my bedding, and we basically take your house to the next level with just a few added things because, as I've told you many times, nobody has enough lamps. So, sorry, but that's true. And then the final one would be a full staging where it's sometimes it is for developers and sometimes it's for people who have moved on and moved out all their furniture. And as you know, a house that has furniture always sells for more than an empty house. So that's my top tier, but even though it's a top tier, it's still very affordable.
Yep. Well, talking about all these different stages that Gina offers, I'll give you a quick case in point. I had a house that I just listed recently. I brought Gina in for a consultation. We went through, we created the list, but as we were going through things, there were items that the homeowner didn't have and we really wanted to have to really show the house well. And just like Gina said, they were downsizing and she didn't want to go buy a couple extra lamps just to have them next to the beds. So we did do the next step of the lamps, linens, and rugs.
Yes,
I got it right that time.
You did. It's awesome. LLR. So
LLR.
Lamps, linens, and rugs. Yeah.
And the house came out beautifully.
Thank you.
Gina took a ton of stress off their backs, and we put the house up on a Friday. It was under agreement on a Monday. It was $35,000 more, and then people were very happy.
Yeah.
And the house looked great, appraised well, and those people are now moving on to their new apartment, downsized and happy.
Yeah. They were lovely people to work with, and they understood that I was trying to get them the best price. And so they were very sweet and very nice to work with.
I want to mention one other thing, and I probably should have mentioned this at the outset, is one of the reasons I really like working with Gina, other than that she's just a fantastic talent. She's also a real estate agent, okay? So she goes into houses knowing what it is that we're looking for and knowing what we're trying to accomplish. So having those two hats that she wears really brings a lot to there.
Yeah, that's true. Definitely. I've been there and I know what it's like and I know what sells and what doesn't sell. And I know what people are looking for because I myself, we're just not too long ago was looking for a house in Western Mass with my family. And I never forget all the houses that I had to visit. And some surprised me and some were beautiful, but you want to be in the beautiful category.
Right. So if you want to know more about staging your house, contact Gina at the information that's going to pop up on your screen. Or if you want to find out about selling your house or buying a house, contact me at the information that's going to pop up on your screen.
Absolutely.
So Gina, thank you very much for taking the time to share this information with us.
Yeah.
I look forward to the next house we do together.
Absolutely. Thank you, Bill. Thanks for having me on. Thank you.
Remember, Bill Fiore, your real estate partner with William Ravis.
Gina Coletti, Power Pop Staging. Sorry. Gotta get it in.
Ciao.
Bye.